Do magician. Please do magician. Do magician. Do magician. Please. All right, let's do it.
YugiNoNo.
So after the announcement of the new emergency or altered ban list or just ban list, whatever you want to call it, you guys blew up the comment section asking for a magician deck profile. So here it is. This is the fun version of the deck. And then tomorrow I'm going to be showing you my Performer Pal deck that I have been working on. But without further ado, let's get into this. So obviously this is the Odd Eyes build. So you play 3 copies of Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. I knew I should have held on to the alties, and I did, and I'm so glad I did. I love this card. And you can do some pretty sweet combos with Vortex with this card, which I'm going to show you guys in this video as well. And the card I'm most glad to have back, Performer Pal Skullcrabat Joker. Man, I miss this guy so much being at 3. This makes decks like just so consistent, it is stupid. And then you play 3 Wisdom Eye Magicians, which is probably actually my favorite card of the Magician deck. And practicing these combos over again, just it takes me back to when I talked with this deck, you know, because resolving double Wisdom Eye is just so much fun. And then I play 3 Oath Dragon Magicians. And then I play 2 Dragon Pit Magicians. I don't play Pulse. You really don't need Pulse. And to wrap up the Magicians, I play 1 Noble Dragon Magician, of course, to combo with your Odd Eyes. Then I play 3 of debatably the best Pendulum monster ever, Archfiend Eccentric. Because this card is an MST and an Exiled Force, it's just so good. I cannot tell you how many times I've activated this thing, you know, as a scale, and, you know, tried to MST something, and it was like a warning or a strike. I mean, it's just so good. Then you play 1 Odd Eyes Unicorn, 1 Luster Pendulum, and I play 1 Magical Abductor. And in the combos, I'll show you how this can unbrick your hands. And then I play 1 Max Eve because it's just too good kind of not to play. Although it can suck to draw, like, you know, late in the game, or if you go in second, it does suck to draw, you know, as your 6th card, but it's too good opening up. And I'm having to proxy my 3 Sorcerers because I sold mine a long time ago. Also having to proxy my Master Pendulum for now. Once again, I'm waiting on Sam to get me those cards. And I'm playing 1 copy of the Odd Eyes Chicken for the last monster in the deck. For the spells, I play 3 Pendulum Call. In this deck, it's kind of necessary to play Pendulum Call because of Odd Eyes, but you don't have to play this because this does hinder your plays sometimes because you can't blow up your own scales, you know, in combo and everything. So yeah, definitely cut this if you guys are playing some sort of Performer Pal Magician combo deck. You know, definitely cut this card. Then I play 2 copies of Terraforming, and to go with Terraforming, I play 2 Sky Iris. I'm also playing Secret Village, and then I play 1 Odd Eyes Fusion and 1 Twin Twisters. And I'm also having to proxy the 3 Duelist Alliance right now until I get mine. And the last card is the Secret Village I was talking about a minute ago. Alright, so since this is the Odd Eyes build, you play the best Odd Eyes monster in my opinion, which is Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon. And then I play the Draco Slayers with, you know, Ignister being like maybe the most broken Pendulum support card of all time, like right up there with Wavering Eyes and all that broken shit. And then I play Odd Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon. And then the other Draco Slayer, which, you know, gives you a search for any Pendulum. This card is way too good. And for the generic rank 4s, I play Castell, of course, Abyss Dweller, which is so good. And then lastly, the Utopia package. And then you play Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon, which you can combo with Meteor Burst and all that to go into Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon. I don't know how relevant that combo is anymore. I mean, I don't feel like it's that relevant, but against, you know, Dark Destroyer back in the day, it was really, really good. And then I play Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon, and then number 11 Big Eye, and I like to play Naruto the Moral Leader and Ebon Illusion Magician because you can combo with these as well, or just sit on Naruto because, you know, Naruto negates a spell or trap. And you do play Oath Dragon as your level 6 spellcaster, so you can, you know, you overlay 2 level 6 spellcaster type monsters to make this guy, and you can just slap this on top of him just like you would Infinity on top of Nova. And then Ebon Illusion lets you detach a card and summon a normal spellcaster from your deck, which gives you Dragon Pit, which is a level 7, which combos with your Odd Eyes, which is also a level 7. And the side deck, just like the rest of the deck, is subject to change, but for right now, 3 Dinkos, because Dinko is just awesome in Pendulum decks, Lancia for Invoke shenanigans, because, you know, they can't do shit if you chain this to Invoke. And then 2 of my favorite side deck cards of all time, Side Blocker. Man, I'm gonna get to play this guy again, and it's gonna be so awesome, because this guy just outs like everything. It's so good. And then 2 DD Crow, get that, you know, get that Rat Pier out of the graveyard. And lastly, we have the Kaiju Engine. Alright, you guys, so I went through the deck profile kind of fast, but right now I'm gonna explain the combos in the deck, so hopefully you can learn the deck if you don't already know how to play it. And if you did play it back in the day, just treat this as a refresher course. So first up, you'll normal summon your Skullcrabat Joker, activating its effect to get Wisdom Eye. Then what you'll do is you'll activate both your Wisdom Eye Magicians in your Pendulum zones. So now you'll activate Wisdom Eye number 1, getting out Dragon Pit Magician. This will of course go to your extra deck. Then you'll do the same thing with this Wisdom Eye, getting out Oath Dragon Magician. And then you do what I call the Magician Loop, using Dragon Pit and Oath. Activate Oath Dragon's effect to get Wisdom Eye back to your hand from your extra deck, and then pitch your Oath from your hand for Dragon Pit's effect, popping Oath, freeing up another Wisdom Eye play, and then activate Wisdom Eye again, getting your third Oath Dragon out. Then what you'll do is you'll activate your Sky Iris. You'll activate Sky Iris's effect, popping your Joker, and then what you'll do is get a search for your Odd Eyes Fusion off of that. And if you started off your hand with Odd Eyes Fusion, you would just, you know, search out Pendulum Dragon. Either way, you're gonna end up with, at this point, you're gonna have these 2 cards in your hand. But what you're gonna do is you're gonna Pendulum Summon all 5 of these cards, just like that, 4 from your extra deck and 1 from your hand. Then what you'll do is you'll activate Odd Eyes Fusion, sending these 2 to the extra deck and getting out Vortex Dragon. And then from here, what you can do is make any rank 4 that you want. But yeah, if you want to make Abyss Dweller, make Rafflesia, make anything that you want. All right, you guys, so now I'm going to show you how to turn like a bad hand into a good hand using Magical Abductor. Magical Abductor gains a counter every time a spell card is activated. Then you can remove 3 counters to search any pendulum from your deck to your hand. So upon first glance, this hand sucks a lot. But we are going to fix that. We're going to activate our Magical Abductor over here. And I can't remember the ruling on it. And I can't quite remember the ruling on Abductor if she activates 2 when you activate a spell card, but I don't think that she does. So let's just operate on, like, you know, thinking that she doesn't. So what you'll do is activate your Sky Iris, which is going to give you 1 counter on this card, and then activate Terraforming, getting a search for your second Sky Iris, and then that will give you your second counter, activate third Sky Iris, and bam, you got 3 counters. Activate its effect to get a search. You get a search for Skullcrabat Joker, and just like that, you're going to have the Wisdom Eye play. But first, let's go ahead and activate Sky Iris to pop the Abductor, putting it in your extra deck. And then that'll get you a search for your Odd Eyes Fusion. Then what you'll do is you'll normal summon Joker, then get a search for Wisdom Eye, and then you'll activate Wisdom Eye, and then your other Wisdom Eye, do the same thing that I showed you earlier, getting out Oath Dragon and getting out Pit. And from here, it doesn't really matter if you activate Oath Dragon's effect to get Wisdom Eye back. It really truly does not matter. What you're going to go ahead and do is Pendulum Summon all 4 of these, and you have plenty of fodder for your plays now. Especially because you can activate Odd Eyes Fusion once again and go into that sexy Vortex Dragon, which is so good. Alright, you guys, like I was saying earlier about this combo before I get started showing it to you, I don't know how relevant this is going to be, but it is just a really cool combo to, you know, have in mind and to have in your arsenal. And back in the day, I used this trick a lot to out Dark Destroyer back when Dark Destroyer was at 3 and Cosmos were a really powerful deck. And back in the day, we did not have Utopia the Lightning yet, so you had to do these kind of dank shenanigans to get around crap. And this is one example of that. Okay, so for this combo, you have to have a Dragon Pit up in the scales, any monster, it doesn't matter what this guy is, an Odd Eyes on the field, and a Noble Dragon in the grave. Let's just say you pitched this off a Pit earlier, which is a good way to get it into the graveyard. You will activate Noble Dragon's effect in the grave, reducing Odd Eyes' level down to 4, which also special summons this, and this is a tuner. So what you'll do now is you'll go ahead and Synchro Summon into your Meteor Burst Dragon. Activate Meteor Burst Dragon's effect to get Dragon Pit out. Then what you'll do is you'll overlay both of these for your Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon. Then you'll declare an attack with your Joker, detach the Meteor Burst for Absolute Dragon's effect, negating the attack and getting this back out. And yes, you can do that. You do not have to have an Odd Eyes already in your graveyard. It's different wording than like Zombie Master and all that stuff. Then what you'll do is you'll suicide this guy into the big monster that you want to kill to get out Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon from your extra deck when this hits the graveyard. And this negates monsters' effects during the battle phase, so let's just say your opponent's monster has 3000 attack, you'll just swing into this thing. If it has a grave effect, the grave effect will not trigger because of Meteor Burst, and that is how we outed Dark Destroyer back in the day. It seems crazy to think about now that we have Utopia the Lightning, but this is the kind of crap that we had to do before we had nice things. And then guys, real quick, briefly, I want to go over Naruto and Ebon Illusion Magician because you can do some pretty funky things with these guys. Let's just say you have your scales up, okay? And let's just say you have these 3 cards in hand or in your extra deck, for example. You can go ahead and Pendulum Summon these out. And in this situation right here, you can actually use your Oaths to combo and go into a rank 7. So what you do is you overlay your Oath Dragons and you'll go into Naruto. And then Ebon Illusion Magician, it says that you can also Xyz summon this card by using a rank 6 spellcaster type Xyz monster you control as the material. So that means you can slap this on top of Naruto. Then what you'll do is activate Ebon Illusion Magician, detaching a material and getting out Dragon Pit from your deck. And then from here, you can go into any rank 7 that you want. Alright guys, I really hope that you enjoyed this deck profile. Like I said, And this is the funner build of the deck. The Odd Eyes build has always been the more fun and casual build of this deck, but even though it is not 100% optimal, it might be my favorite to play. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think about this deck down in the comment section. And watch out for tomorrow's deck profile because it is gonna be busted. And as always, be sure to dick slap that like button and subscribe. Subscribe.